All right, if you're in real estate, you know the feeling, right? That constant grind, always chasing the next lead. But what if you could flip that script? What if you could stop chasing and actually start building something? Well, today we're going to break down a really powerful framework. It's not just about winning clients, it's about creating relationships that'll fuel your business for, well, a lifetime.
It all boils down to this one big question, doesn't it? What's the real difference between someone who's on that hamster wheel just chasing the next deal and someone who's building a sustainable business that practically grows itself? So, what's the secret sauce?
Well, here's the thing. The secret, it's not really a secret. It's a system, a playbook, and it's used by the absolute best in the game. And that's what we're going to do today. We're going to tear down that exact system piece by piece and learn from some true masters of the real estate universe. So, who are these masters we're talking about? None other than Brandon and Rainey Williams of the Beverly Hills Estates. Look, in the world of high-end real estate, their name is basically gold. They're synonymous with success, they are the pros, and lucky for us, they've basically given us the map. And let me be clear, this isn't some fluffy, high-level theory. Nope. As Inman.com puts it, we're getting a super rare peek behind the curtain, a look at their actual playbook. We're talking about the specific things they do, the personal touches they add, and the critical conversations they have that just create this incredible client loyalty. So how do they actually pull this off? You might think it's 100 different complex tactics, right? Wrong. Their entire system, it's built on just 3 core pillars. Simple, but incredibly powerful. Okay, let's get into the heart of it. The 3 key pillars. Seriously, think of this as the foundation of your entire business. If you can get this part right, you're not just closing deals anymore. You're building an empire, and you're building it on solid rock. All right, here they are. Pillar 1, specific behaviors. Pillar 2, personal touches. And Pillar 3, critical conversations. See? So simple to remember. But trust me, when you actually put these into practice, the impact is profound. So let's dive into each one and see what they're all about. First up, specific behaviors. Think of these as your non-negotiables. These are the professional habits that you have to nail flawlessly every single time. It's things like being relentlessly prepared, always communicating before your client has to ask, and just showing up as the absolute expert they hired you to be. This isn't about being slick or charming. It's about having a rock-solid process. This is what builds that fundamental layer of trust. Okay, so once you've got that professional foundation, you move to Pillar 2. Personal touches. And this is where the magic really happens because you're layering the human element on top. This is all about remembering the little things, their kids' names, their dog's birthday, the fact that they love a certain kind of coffee. It's those small, thoughtful, totally unexpected gestures that scream, I see you as a person, not just a commission check. And that's how you turn a simple transaction into a genuine relationship. And that brings us to our final pillar, critical conversations. Look, let's be real. Every single deal hits a bump in the road. It's inevitable. The best agents, they don't run from those moments. They master them. We're talking about having the guts to have that tough conversation about pricing or calmly navigating a scary inspection report. It's about guiding your clients with total confidence, especially when the pressure's on. Honestly, mastering these conversations is what separates the real pros from, well, everyone else. So picture this. You take these 3 pillars, the professional behaviors, the personal touches, the critical conversations, and you weave them all together. What do you get? It's so much more than just a closed deal. You're actually building the foundation for a business that lasts. You're turning every single client from a one-off transaction into a raving fan for life. And that, right there, is the whole point of this playbook. It creates this amazing virtuous cycle. You start winning new clients more effectively, then the incredible relationship you build keeps them coming back for more. And that loyalty, it generates predictable, consistent success for years and years. We're not talking about a short-term trick. This is a powerful, long-term strategy. I mean, just look at the 2 paths you can take here. On one side, you've got the one-time sale. You're basically on a treadmill, right? Constantly running, always hunting for that next deal, starting from scratch every single time. But on the other side, you're building a client for life. You're building a real asset. Every client becomes a pipeline for future business, for referrals. One path is just exhausting. The other is completely empowering. The choice really couldn't be clear, could it? And here it is, the ultimate payoff. When you truly master these 3 pillars, something amazing happens. Your clients, they become your marketing department for free. They don't just use you again, they start telling everyone, their friends, their family, their coworkers. They become your champions, your advocates out there in the world.
So I want to leave you with a question to think about. Take a real, honest look at your own business right now. Where's the opportunity? Is it in nailing those consistent professional behaviors? Or maybe it's in adding more of those genuine personal touches? Or is it about getting better at handling those tough, critical conversations? Just pick one. Which of these three pillars, if you really doubled down on it starting today, would absolutely transform your business?